Hello. So I didn't get to introduce the date in the previous video. It's Friday, 9/11, 2020. Yep, I figure they really are gang stalking me harder today. All these attacks and assaults. And I'm supposed to just ignore everything. I mean, you just grow your not just your mind, but your soul grows tired of the freaking repetitive brighting, which hurts my eyes in the same way noise hurts my ears. The See that noise harassment right there? Brighting and one head like red and white color harassment. And then y'all think I'm not to be believed because I'm just telling y'all and I don't have it on. I mean, I didn't record videos of it. But then y'all say stop making videos. And then you turn around and say keep making videos. So I'm, you know, and they've been attacking me a lot with motorcycle noise harassment today and yesterday. Um, so I had to be reminded about rich men oppressing us. Like in the book of James in the Bible, doth not rich men oppress you? And I'm glad there are a couple of people on Twitter who defend me. People think that they should feel zero compassion for me and falsely accuse me of being homeless by choice or enjoying to be homeless. I was told by several sources there is no open low income housing here. I wish people would respect my desire to hate cold weather, even though it's going to get cold here too. But I don't want to live in the Midwest. I don't want to live up north. I don't want to live on the West Coast. And I wish people would respect that, you know. And even to travel and move to the Midwest or something, I would have to start off homeless there. Also, you know, I would have to start off homeless and build my way up. I cannot do shelters anymore. Shelters and employment I no longer want to do because of the forced mask wearing that they force you. Humans who think they're bigger and better than God. I've been having OCD and cleaning everything for not all my life, but since my teenage years. You know, and the so-called proper therapy to help me get through my traumas or whatever, or to help me get over, you know, everything being dirty. It's not, yeah, I'll never get it. So I mean, that website that mentioned about it even mentioned about frequent hand. No wonder why back then I used to see they said OCD rituals. So they like some people say that the ritualized hand washing is evil and occult and stuff. Of the occult. Um, it's like I don't know how to break away from the I and people think it. Some people who claim to have been raped and traumatized, they feel like you should be able to just easily just get over it just because they quote unquote got over it, you know. So they feel like, oh, I've been through the same thing as you, but worse. So you should get over it, you know. Just like with the gang stalking and targeting, they think I should be able to just get over it because there are people who are suffering 10 times worse. You know, um, I'm surprised I was able to sleep pretty good last night, and but I still felt uncomfortable at that area I was at, um, with feeling dirty, and I on the last shower I got to take, I think it was today's Friday, Tuesday morning was the last time I was able to get a shower. And UWF campus, the pool being, not fully functional, the showers and stuff, they're closed. So I can't get showers over there. And I would have gone broke this month anyway. And I'm near broke already by having to buy certain supplies. Um, it's not about mismanaging my funds or anything like that, because that's not what I'm doing. If you have certain things that come up that you need to buy or pay for. See, it's been 6.5 minutes into this video, and they're starting to vibrate my right foot. They didn't vibrate my right foot at first. They're attacking me so bad, and people think that I deserve for people to feel less sorry for me just because I get government assistance. But I didn't ask for this lifestyle. I never, in the first place, asked for SSI and Social Security. The foster mom herself and the fake social worker teamed up together to fight tooth and nail because they thought that they were going to take all my money and be able to take. I mean, the foster mom must have thought that I was going to be living with her forever and living underneath her control forever, her control and abuse forever. And, she didn't want me to break away, but yet she talked to me like she hated me so much, but then try to bully, harass, and lecture me about talking about me being mean and hateful. But she has a license to be evil, pure evil and hateful. You know, so, and if any evil I have in me, I get it from her. And I have been trying throughout the years, before I even realized about being programmed or anything, I just try to undo everything on my own. Like, I don't have to always buy everything the cheapest and on clearance and on sale. You know, even though I do practice that a lot. But I tell myself I can treat myself to buying something regular price for once. You know, so I mean, also, when I had my own place, I woke up one day and say, I don't have to have that margarine. I can have butter. Or, you know, I can treat myself to shrimp. Or, you know, even when I had a place, it was super rare that I can be able to afford shrimp, even 1 pound of shrimp, you know. So, and it was shrimp that I took the relief that would be, even though it cost more, but shrimp that was already peeled, you know. But that was years ago, So, it's like when people see me putting up my GoFundMe, PayPal, and Cash App and everything, like, don't you get an income? Or whatever happened to that place I told you about? And stuff like even other targets they act like they're super jealous or something, or they don't want me to receive any help. But oh, those same people be like, oh, just ignore the gang stalkers, or they can do whatever they want. You have, I mean, nobody says, well, that guy, that the barista at Starbucks, he already has a job. He already has an income. He's already working. Why does he need over $100,000 that he didn't even want it in the first place, but they gave it to him anyway. He rejected it, but they gave it to him. They were willing to give him all this money because because a lady stood up to the truth and said, look, she wasn't going to wear a mask, and they called her a Karen. So and then I hear about a lady who had something to do with Nancy Pelosi and like a hair salon lady, and she got over $300,000. Somebody said that she got like at least 300,000 and counting. $300. I mean $328,000 just for hurt feelings, and people were willing to donate more. All I'm asking is for like maybe assistance with maybe like 10,000 for, I don't even know if that's enough for a vehicle that I can live on BLM land that some people suggest, you know, a van to live in. I mean, if it weren't for my sleep deprivation, if I would have been able to drive around, if I could have been the cab driver, I wouldn't have to ask for donations for a van. But I can't be a cab driver because, you know, I know there'll be so many people who try to set me up and try to take advantage of me, and people who try to rob me, or and then try to make it like as if I'm not fit to be a cab driver, and they have that guy who doesn't want me to work for him, and then they have the abusive, rude dispatchers and the abusive, rude other cab drivers that don't want to help you when you're new and expect you to know everything and be on your own, but they know how to help their Masonic buddies though, their friends. They help them out, So another targeted individual should not complain or act jealous about another targeted individual trying to seek help when you're driving around in nice shit. Even though you say, "Oh my," you have this freaking you're driving around in an Aston Martin and you claim you're a targeted individual, and you're driving around in an Aston Martin and you live in a mansion, and you talk about, oh, my car is being tampered with, or my house is being tampered with. Oh, they're stuffing up they're causing plumbing problems. The perp snuck in my house and this and that. But I'm in here on the streets a female and a past multi-time rape survivor, and each rape is always my fault. All these men following around a woman and nobody cares because I'm black. But if I was white, more people would care. Or if I had a certain kind of beauty of Hispanic or Asian, yeah, people would care. But, even other black females had their phones aimed up at me, in their cars. And, it's like I'm supposed to be defenseless and ignore everything. The more y'all keep telling me to ignore, that's the more that's building up and gonna make me break down. And y'all should be the ones held accountable. I think I may have said, why, if targeted individuals can't unite, that's why everybody's so weak. Christians, are weak because Christians can't unite. It's like so much division and hate, and professed Christians are just self-righteous and holier than thou. And I think I know Christians shouldn't curse, but if you block somebody on Twitter because they say a curse word. You know, you don't think God is going to judge you for that, for being self righteous? Because you're not better anyway, you know? So, I don't know why people think that $800 a month should be more than enough to live off of, especially nowadays. And then I have extra expenses due to my electronic harassment with the forced diarrhea. They had a BMW that was empty and just parked. And every time when I had to go pee, and when I got closer to the BMW, that's when I had the forced urge to diarrhea. But I had to fight it. And well, earlier, like between last night and today, I was able to fight it and win. But that empty vacant, just BMW sitting there. And another tactic I've seen gang stalking perps do is, it seems like they get out of the vehicle and leave the vehicle just running while they're gone for a long time, and just sitting there, an idle running vehicle with nobody in it. And sometimes they do it at the gas station and get out and go. The fake crusty gangsters and thugs go to the gas station and have their music blaring super fucking loud and leave the vehicle on super loud, and then go run into McDonald's or the gas station and be gone for like a good 30 minutes while I'm just being tormented. Or they'll have the vehicle running with no music and just have it idle and running, you know. So it's like, whatever happened to, and people have their phones driving and they be looking down at the phone rather than on the road. And last night I saw some black gang stalkers who got out of a car, and then one of them had, they had the funny headlights in the car, and the driver went and punched the right side of the headlight and made the headlight come on just by punching it. I saw that yesterday evening. But y'all not gonna believe me because if you ain't if you didn't see it on video. But I have enough evidence that you should believe me. You know. So I'm saying that, my soul is weary of this freaking gang stalking and feeling like I just can't take it no more. And I found out that certain gang stalkers are making hundreds of thousands, and some of them are making millions off of us. And y'all don't protest that. How come y'all don't protest the gang stalkers making money off of us, but y'all protest and try to hinder and stop at whatever it takes to keep me homeless and falsely accuse me of enjoying my predicament or just wanting to be money hungry? For what? I don't have a drug habit. I have a college degree that I'm blocked from using. I never wanted to be on SSI and Social Security. I always wanted my own job, always wanted to be independent. And this is what I'm forced against my will. I never wanted to be homeless, you know, but then the very same people who drive you to homelessness on purpose, then they falsely accuse you of wanting to be homeless to justify uh, um, avoiding accountability or feeling responsible, or avoid feeling sorry for you. You know, if you drive with one headlight, you're a murderer because you part. I mean, nobody said. Where's anybody to say you're not fit to drive, or you don't have the mentality to drive? Or if you drive with loud, super loud music, they say that hinders real emergencies from being heard with the ambulance and paramedics. you know, it's like I heard the gang stalkers are stealing all the money that's supposed to be entitled to us. Some targeted individuals are fighting for reparations. I don't know if we'll ever get it. Some people want to do a class action lawsuit. Everybody's invited except me. Um, so it's like I can't believe people are so cold and callous. Or you think you're better, and we're all suffering the same program, but somewhat different but similar experiences. Um, that I don't deserve help. You know, if the foster mom looked more white, she didn't claim to be Creole, but she, she had that big house that everybody thought was a group home, and everybody thought it was a haunted house. They thought it was a haunted group home. But she brainwashed us to believe she was better than perfect and bigger than God and could make no mistakes. And if any mistake, it was our fault. You know, I deserved a better childhood, and I deserve a better adulthood and a better life. That you start from an early baby to set traps to make it look like as if I'm bad, or where I feel cornered with no other opportunity. I mean, no other choice. It's like you want to corner somebody, a good person, and it's like you want to turn the good people back. It's like you deliberately on purpose try to turn good people bad. So I mean, it seems like the only way I'll become worthy in this world is like the only way I'll deserve anything is if I sell out, which I'm not gonna do. But at the same, I mean, Alex wants me to sell out, and I'm not doing it. So I'm stop blocking me. I'm trying to work out a deal with you. I'll never trust you ever, never ever trust you, and you do deserve to die and go to hell now, at this second. You don't deserve a second of free breath in life. Why don't y'all go after Alex and complain about how much money he gets? I think he even owns a fucking boat. He always comes from that marine boat area from what deep downtown. I see him. It looks like he comes from that direction. I don't even know if I think he owns a boat, but I don't have any proof of that. I just see him coming from that direction. But a narcissistic abuser or any family members, if I come home and be like, well, Pete, I sold my soul to the devil. God, do you know what that means? Why would you do something like that? Oh, don't be holier than thou and self righteous and think you're perfect, because y'all done freaking did that, you know. But then you will self righteously fake act like as if you're holier than thou, and would shun me if I did it, which I'm not gonna do it. But I can't believe that they're after me. I feel like this has to be Masonic. That a lot of Masonic people are freaking watching me. The fake cult Bible class had its foundations in Freemasonry and Luciferianism, Freemasonry, Sacred Name Movement, cult, uh, Hebrew Roots Movement, cult, and New Age, um, Helena Blavatsky or whatever, and David Spangler. Research those New Age people that want to bring about the Antichrist New World Order. I'm never going to sell out. I will die before I sell my soul. And I don't accept all money. You know, I prefer that other Christians and other targeted people would help me out. I don't want like witches and new agers and Luciferians faking like they're helping me out and giving me money that's probably cursed money. I don't want your cursed money. You know, um, yeah, that Alex's so-called cousin that lied and said Alex was missing. He tried to say he calls himself Sergeant Stalker. He said that he tried to say that now I can get a deal with working with alongside Howard Stern and Adam Sandler, who I don't give a fuck about either one of those bastards. I don't care. I don't like y'all. I don't want to deal with Hollywood. It does not please me. It would not please me to eat doo doo or drink blood or any of that. That does not please me. Or being having a dog chain around me, wearing leopard print or something. That does not make me happy. So enough time has run out on my space on my phone, so I'm gonna see y'all later. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.